Hey, it's Ingrid, and I'm back with my December Daily series, and this is part 6. Here is some scrap papers that I have found, and some of these are old, like 10 years old. And then the only page that I did that was brand new, and really that was only Christmas themed, is the Pink Paisley Snow Village. Um, some of the stuff you might recognize that I used from the other layouts, it was actually sitting up on my desk and kind of all grouped together, and I thought, oh, it actually looks fine, and I kind of really like it. So anyway, so that's what I decided to do, is just keep it together, and I think I attached it there, and then I realized that the snowflake was, I think, too low, and so I just redo it there and position it. And it's funny because I looked back at the original after I had made it, and I like the way that I had it before more, where the tag was up a little higher. But either way, I really like the way that it worked. And this it's like a gold diagonal paper. This is going to be my background, and I'm just going to cut it out here and punch it in holes. And really, the page could have been honestly almost even done with just the picture and that embellishment, but I had a little more. Here I'm just taking some craft paint and linen and using an old hotel key. I'm just splattering it along, and I'm actually going to end up adding a little bit more, but I don't know that yet. So the picture that I chose here, I thought it was actually a really busy picture, so I turned it into a black and white picture to not deter so much from the to make it too busy. Anyways, there you saw I was adding a little more, and then I used the embellishment up at the top with the snowflake as kind of a topper for it. It kind of reminded me of a cupcake. It was like and that's funny because I'm using a cupcake topper. Here I'm cutting out some of those extra papers that I had, and there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just cutting them into slits that I thought. I knew I wanted something at the bottom right hand corner, and so I'm going to play around with them a little bit to see if I can get them to work, the color combo, and then it just looks like a bunch of squares to me. And it's about that point where I realize I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take those all away. And I had an old tag that I didn't know. It was all sitting in my scrap stuff that from, I think it was like day 3 or something, and I had it over on the other desk. And so I thought that actually looked really nice, and I like the way that the pink of the tag was just like kind of dainty. And that's why I had originally picked out the pinks in the other paper, was to go with the little, I don't even know what you call it, the little round circle thing from the tag. So I picked out this Noel, and it's from the Heidi Swap embellishment kit from this year. And if you don't have it, I think I said this before, but go and get it. It's a great embellishment kit. It's got some acetates and some gold foils, and it's really yummy. So here's one of the tag sets that I used before in one of the others, and I found this one is a deer, and it says Merry Christmas on it, and I thought that would be cute, and I backed it on this red paper, cut it out, and then I'm going to take the craft paint. No, I took the Dilutions, the white linen, and instead of splattering it, oh wait, maybe I do. Yeah, I do splatter it like that instead of spraying it. And actually, I realized that when you do that, it actually is a bolder color. Like you can even see it from here. And I even took it over and already dried it, and you can see it's still pretty bright. So I'm glad I know that now, and I would definitely use it more like that. I'm taking this, which is like a glitter glue by Studio G. It's kind of like sticklers, and I put it over the deer, which I end up sticking my finger in a minute, and it got all over me, but it's okay. So I'm going to decide to go ahead and put my picture down. And I think what's comical about this is that every time I've done it so far in this series, I have to undo it and I have to take it back up. So I just think that that's funny because I finally get the courage to do it, and then it's wrong, and it's wrong a few times. So, but it's okay. It all works out. And that ATC, is that what it's called? ATG tape runner. It is pretty sticky, but it does have a little bit of give that you can take it off. And you see there, I took it off one more time. So finally, I'm figuring out where I want it, and I'm okay if it sticks out a little bit up on the top because I think that'll give the album some character when you open it. And then here I let it go, but I don't think it tapes down. And I was trying to do like three things at once with my hands, but I'm going to put the tag, and even though you see that little lady on the tag, it's okay because I'm going to cover it up with the Noel that you see here. And I'm going to lay that down. And then I realized that I wanted that gold paper underneath it as well. So, oh, and my number 5, since this is the December 5th, I guess is how I should say it. So that's when I realized the gold paper. So I'm going to put that down and then add the Noel with my page 5 paper clip. So that's what I do there. And then I'm going to grab that tag again, I believe, and I'm going to try to make that work. I'm going to take some seam binding tape, and I'm going to and that's where I got it on my finger actually. So I take the seam binding and I'm going to tighten a knot up at the top, and I just dress the edges of it by just pulling some of the threads out, and I'm going to layer it on the bottom left hand corner, but as you're going to see in a second, it doesn't make sense to me right there. I really tried to make it work because I thought it was a cute tag, and it will pull down the from the element above, will pull down the red, but it didn't. And here I'm looking through more of the embellishment kit from Heidi Swap, and there's a little arrow and some other stuff, but it doesn't work. There I pulled out a little white, it's white backing with a red star on it, but I end up not using none of that, so I leave it over there. And then this is it was a journaling slot, or cutout that I had from one of the past days, and I don't know, I guess I'm not a journaling person on paper like that, and so I'm going to do what I did before, is I'm cutting it out. And this journaling little pad or paper, or whatever it's called, it actually it was numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, I think down to 6, and so I use 1 through 4, and I just write thankful, blessed, happy, joyful, and I'm gonna cut little flags out of the backs or the bottom, the sides of them. And so the one edge has like kind of a old, maybe wood floor finish on it, and then the rest is white. And I'm looking at it there on the page, kind of how I did before, and I feel like it needs something behind it, and it needs like paper. And so then I realized that I've already had too many squares or rectangles, so I'm going to cut a hole. And look at this little thing. It did not want to cut. And since I've had this hole punch, um, I saw someone else using it and I thought it looked so great, but mine's never punched, and I should have returned it, but I never did. And so that's how I use it. And I feel like it's getting worse. So I'm just going to take that and kind of eyeball around the pink and just make it, I guess, like a photo mat, so to speak. and I'm going to distress the edges of it, and then I'm going to take with my fingers and I'm going to pull up the edges even more. Um, so kind of give it just more a distressed look. And that light change that you just saw, that I was watching a movie while I was doing that, and that's probably why these pages have taken me longer than normally, is because I was half listening to the movie and half doing this. But anyways, so I'm going to glue that. Actually, I'm not going to glue it down. I don't think I glue it down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the sentiments on top of it and see if I like it. And I do. I like that look. Um, at this point, I think I'm going to leave it right there with the um, with the words on it. And here I'm just going to take my tiny attacher, and that's what I do. I actually never glued the two circles together. I just attached all the words, and that's what held it together. And then I'm going to actually use hot glue to get that circle down on the paper. Um, and as I'm looking at it now, something circular could have gone there, like maybe another snowflake or a circle embellishment. But because I added the sentiments and those are rectangular, I feel like, again, it just brings more rectangular that it didn't need on that side. And I'm going to play around with it a little bit. I'm gonna bring that little star in there. That didn't really work for me either. Try to make it work there. Um, no, it's not going to work. And I tried the tag back and I tried to layer those two, which that would have been cute if I wouldn't have had, I think, the layers on the other side. And here I took a star paper clip and I tried to use that, and I didn't like that either. And I'm going to end up placing it to the right, and I like the way that that comes out. I feel like it grounds the page, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take it, hot glue it down, and then just add my journaling. And I was just talking about how the boys were hamming it up in fun Christmas hats at our co-op, and it was just funny. They kind of impromptu, just one of them said, "Hey, pick me up," and because I told them that they could do a funny face, and so that's kind of what they were doing here, and I thought that that was really cute. And then I just finished the journaling there, and that's the end of it. And I'm going to put some stills there so you can see some close-up shots, but I enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to do, and I hope that you liked it and that you're liking the series. Please don't forget to like or subscribe or do both, and tell all your friends about it. Anyways, I will see you again soon at day 7. Have a great one.